Good morning, everyone. All right, and welcome to another one of my videos. So my name is David Scott, for those of you who don't know, and I'm a psychic medium. Normally, when I'm working with people one-on-one or working with people in groups, I'm a medium who likes to bring through evidence. And that's the way I've been trained as a medium, is to bring through that evidence as proof of who I've got with me. To provide that connection and to provide an accurate as possible message. Okay, but lately I've been doing prediction videos. So earlier this year, I did make some predictions. Unfortunately, I didn't put them into the public space. Didn't put them onto YouTube or my Facebook page. Pretty much only my housemate knows. But some of those came true. Now, I have since put up 2 other videos. I think 1 or 2 of those predictions have come true, but there's some that either haven't come true just yet, they're in the future, or some that are just didn't pan out. So, and that's part of what happens when we're starting off with something new. So I'm just starting off with predictions. I'm interpreting what I get from spirit. Sometimes we get that interpretation off, sometimes we get it right. But the only way we can tell is to make those predictions and refine our art, so to speak. So that's what I'm doing today. Now, I felt as though I needed to do a video for Europe itself. Now, it's not going to be a long video. It'll be a fairly short one. I have got some notes here that I'm going to refer to, and I've got my coffee here that I'm going to be drinking too. So it's in the morning, I need my coffee. It's as simple as that. Right. Now, so starting off with Europe, there's probably 3 different predictions that I've got here. 2 of them weren't all that positive, but I asked Spirit to bring through something a little bit more positive for the 3rd one, because I don't like to be all doom and gloom. So now I'm just giving it the way I got it from Spirit in meditation. So starting off with, I did feel as though there would be, later on this year, a large sort of storm in the Mediterranean. And the way I saw it was, when I looked at, it was almost as though I was looking at an aerial view of Europe, and I saw this big storm covering pretty much most of the southern Mediterranean. Almost from Spain, going right through almost until Turkey. So we're looking, we're seeing a storm covering southern France, Italy, I guess the Balkans area, Greece, through into Turkey, Malta, Crete, those sort of areas. Now, with that, I did feel as though the storm would be fairly intense, and the way I saw it was, I was looking at it during the day, and it almost seemed as though it was night. So it was a fairly sort of intense storm. Now, what I got specifically was that it would seem to be, so the country of Greece came up, especially their ports. I felt as though there'd be some damage to the ports. So, but that's mainly what I got for that. So I just, felt like there'd be a more intense storm than normal coming up for Southern Europe. Okay. Now, moving on to the next one there. So I did feel in general with, this is politics, and truly I'm apolitical. I don't take sides really. So so I just wanted to mention that before I go into it. I don't like to be labelled as either left or right, because I'm really neither. So what I felt as though was, as far as Europe goes, there would be more of a swing towards the right. I believe we're seeing that anyway, but I felt as though that's going to intensify. And there's, I specifically felt in the UK, actually, I'm just going to refer to my notes here as well. Yeah, it's really not the best news. So it's something I obviously, I don't like talking about violence towards people, towards groups, but I did feel as though with some of the immigrants, there'd be a push towards, I want to say it as making laws that are in favour of their culture. I think that's the way I want to put it for this video. And I felt as though there would be a huge backlash. I mean, a really, really big backlash, to the point where in some cities on the, in the east, I didn't feel as though it was London, but I felt like it'd be cities close to London. I did feel as though there'd be riots, and they'd be fairly bad riots. I'd like to be wrong about that one. I don't like riots, but that's what I felt. And I did feel as though, looking at my notes there, just have a quick look. I did feel as though there'd be something going on with Parliament there. So almost there would either be a new PM coming in, where the current PM will end up getting voted out for some reason. I'm not talking about a general election. I'm talking about removed by the party. But I also felt as though, for some reason, Parliament would be deadlocked there for some reason, especially in particular with this issue. I felt as though that they just won't be able to pass laws through. It's almost like they're going to come to a standstill, and it's going to make things worse. I feel as though that's going to happen this year, but I didn't feel specifically when that will happen. Quite possibly, coming in later this year, maybe September, October, if I had to pinpoint a particular time frame. Now, I didn't write this down, but I almost felt as though, and I just felt like I needed to mention this, I felt as though King Charles might actually come out with something unconstitutional about the government. Like there's something that he might say or do that would seem to be taken to be almost taken as if he was taking sides or something like that. But I don't feel it'd be something intentional, because I feel as though the king is very much his mother's son. He's very much straight down the line. As soon as he put that crown on, or as soon as he became king, he knew what his constitutional responsibilities would be. So I feel like this might be a bit of a slip up, or the cameras might be rolling when he thought they weren't, that sort of thing. But I feel as though he's going to be venting some frustration, I feel, in particular with that Parliament issue that I mentioned. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't think he's going to be too happy with what's going to be going on, obviously. Now, that's the other thing I noted down as well. And I think there's a couple of other psychics who have predicted this as well. I don't know when French elections are happening, not too sure, but I do feel as though Marie Le Pen will be coming in at some stage. Now, if I remember correctly, I think she might be more towards a far right kind of figure. Not 100% certain, but when her name came up in my meditations, I feel like I don't know when this is happening specifically, but at some stage she'll be president of France. I really, really feel that. I don't know what that means, whether that's good or bad, but I feel as though this is a reaction to the change in dynamics in Europe, and we'll just put it out there. We're talking about mass immigration coming through. I'm definitely someone who likes to experience different cultures, but I suppose when things happen so quickly, it makes people uncomfortable. So that might be what's happening. And I guess Europe's reacting to that in a way. All right, so now just having a quick look here at my notes again. Oh yeah, no, that's it as well. I did feel as though there might be a change of government coming up for Italy too. Now, I had a little bit of a look. They're not due for a general election for a couple of years, I don't think. But I felt as though there might be a more right-wing government coming in for them too. Not too sure what circumstances are going to trigger that, but we'll put that out on the public space and we'll see if that happens, won't we? Now, I did ask for some good news for this particular reading. I don't want to make all my predictions doom and gloom. So I did ask for something positive, and I felt like there might be a beginning of a positive upswing for Spain as far as their economy goes. Now, I know years ago they had a fairly bad economy. I'm not too sure exactly what it's like now, but I did feel as though there would be a swing up in their economy. There'd be a discovery of a new resource, and I did feel like that would be on land. So it might be a new mineral of some sort. I wasn't given specifically what that would be, but I did feel as though that would cause an upswing in their economy, and that would really start to build things up. So that's the positive news that came through for Europe there. Now, that's actually it for the European predictions. I do plan on bringing out another prediction video. I'd like to try and bring one out every week at least. It seems a lot of people like the prediction videos, so we'll leave it at that for now. Now, if you do want a personal reading, please feel free to message me. My website is newearthspiritual.com. For those of you who have messaged me, I'm going to apologise to you. I have been very lax in returning those messages. I have had obviously some things going on, and that's part of the reason why I haven't come out with any videos over the last couple of weeks. So I will be responding to those messages, and any new messages coming through, I'll respond to those too. And yep, you can also check me out on Facebook as well. Right, that's it for now. I do plan on coming out with a US prediction video and also an Australian one too. And I'll see you all later. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.